really funny. The Dead Rising remake, I've seen a little bit about this, and apparently they've done a number of very questionable things with this.
My dudes, get your lubes. I'm back. I want to play a damn zombie game. What? What do you mean it's censored? Sorry, was I blocking your view? Seriously.
Really? Wait, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Who asked for this? Who the fuck asked? Why you do this? Why would you do
Seriously,
this?
this timeline sucks. Here we go again. Capcom, lacking in creativity, has decided to once again remake the cult classic called Dead Rising.
Yeah.
However, they have taken it upon themselves to censor random shit that left us fans of the genre scratching our heads.
All balls itch, it's a fact.
On the other hand, there's a bunch of people defending
I
these
literally
changes,
couldn't
but we
care
all
less.
know that they're
Oh,
just
God.
a bunch of beta boys buying betas, boy.
Yeah, fucking Ash creation. I think that people really fuck themselves over by not caring about this stuff. I think they do. And the reason why is that I think if you're censoring things in a game like this, the reason why is like you have like some like ideology. And I think that if you think your ideology is more important than remastering the game and making it good again for like a newer audience, I bet you probably don't care a lot about the game. You see like what the logic is there? So like if you're willing to compromise the game, you're also willing to not care about it? Yeah. So I feel like this is such a big mining canary for any game. It's a zombie
I'm not
game?
a
Yeah.
rapper. Capcom was the GOAT growing up, and I'm not gonna lie. Their games are still doing great, but they have been gradually
They are.
censoring their franchises slowly, using the Fist of the North Star method, where they slowly chip away at it. And before
Man.
you know it, your favorite game's already dead. In Dead Rising, the main character was a man named Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll admit, Frank is not some righteous figure. He's just a reporter looking for his big scoop. The game has a lot of crude humor, which makes it unique
Mm-hmm.
and helps break up the seriousness of killing zombies. However, Capcom could not resist making a bunch of small changes that nobody asked for. I'm not gonna get into everything.
That's the annoying thing, right? Is like people always ask for like the shit. Like nobody, any pushback is met with it's just a game, bro. Who cares? That's because at the end of the day, making changes to something like this is completely indefensible, and nobody wants or cares about it. Like there's nobody that's like going to, oh, I was gonna buy the game, but now I'm not going to. You should
But
care.
a few things that
I
stick
mean,
out are the
I'm not
obvious
a
changes
fan,
to the
right?
female NPC's clothing. You can clearly see they added some stripes here. Also, the fabric on Cheryl's dress looks like silk,
Mm-hmm.
but in the remaster, it appears to be what I can only assume to be Egyptian cotton. Now,
Yeah, they changed the mod. Yeah.
probably the most controversial thing that happened was to a Chinese dude named Larry. In the original game, he was just some crazy man that was lacking
Yep.
a few brain cells. But for some reason, they turned him into the whitest Chinese dude I've ever seen.
Just the white guy? Oh my god. Well, hey, that's what you do, right? It's
in order to
racist?
not
I
offend
guess so.
China, I guess. It just seems so damn pointless. You gotta ask yourself, why do they keep doing this? Is it some conspiracy or what? Well, not at all.
Well, the reason why is that there's probably somebody at the office whose problem it is, or sorry, whose job it is to have problems. And the person whose job it is to have problems saw that and they said it's a problem. That's the reason why it happened. Guaranteed.
You just gotta open your eyes a bit. Because what we do know is that Capcom has its own in-house localization team whose job is just
Yeah.
to sit in a room and find shit to complain about. You know what? Fuck it, I'll prove it to you in 50 seconds for all you Minutemen out there.
All right, let's
Everything
do
you
it.
need to know about is on their website. It looks like they're improving on financial and non-financial value over the long term. A company not caring about money. Diversity in game developers is becoming even more important. For that reason, we have been promoting diversity and working on building a workplace where women and foreign nationals can excel.
Oh,
I
boy.
think you guys see where this is going. I really don't see the problem with that.
Yeah, let's be real, right? What are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Having a mostly Japanese staff in Japan. And get this, they even offer housing assistance for foreign workers because they don't live here and they don't understand anything. Check this out. Here is something Capcom is worried about. Risks due to country's politics, culture, and religion. And here's what they're doing about it. Develop sales approaches that meet local needs and localization by an in-house team of experts.
I think that's fine and that's normal, but the problem is that they're listening to the wrong people. And the people that want to have things like that censored aren't the ones that are interested in buying a game like this. And so if you listen to a bunch of people that aren't even invested or don't even care about your game, and then you make the game to appeal to them, they're not going to buy the game anyway. Like, that's what Concord and a million other games have proven, right? Star Wars Outlaws. You can't make a game to market to people that don't like the game. Yeah, expert is being a Karen. Yeah, these people are basically professional Karens that just complain about everything in games.
So there you have it. Capcom flies these inept weirdos to Japan, provides them housing, and since they don't know a damn thing about Japanese culture and are too socially awkward to integrate into Japan, they get shoved into this localization team just so they can shit on our games. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah. Look, I'm sorry to call these people out, but if the game is lame, who's to blame? I said I'm not a rapper. I'm so sick of this.
I feel like that's really what it is. I mean, like, because I feel like no fan was asking for this, and they end up making changes in order to appeal to a group of people that aren't even the audience of the game. I think this is, like, in my opinion, it is like one of the most corrosive things to games now. And I think it's also, like, again, if you take a step back, it's like a meta level problem, and this is only one manifestation of that meta level problem, which is, like, you know, like in Wrath of the Lich King in WoW, like if people played WoW back then, you remember that, like, they definitely made the game a lot more casual, and they basically made the friction points that gave the game the texture that made it an experience. They kind of they rounded those off. And so, like, now you've got heirlooms, now you've got these other things, now you've got different quests, right? And so a lot of the things that made the game what it was get changed in the pursuit of reaching a larger audience. And I think that's what happens with so many cases where it's like they think that, oh, well, this might alienate somebody, so we're going to take it out of the game. But what I think that a lot of them don't realize is that getting rid of it also alienates people, because it feels like they're consuming a product that isn't made with any sort of artistic integrity, and there's no real identity to the product other than appealing to other people.
I still remember when they added a patch of Street Fighter just to smooth out Cammy's nips. But the only thing that should matter is if they make a good game.
So
let's see what they're working on. Here's a statement by Kinoshita Yoko. She joined in 1997. Let's see what she has to say. Capcom de wa seibetsu. I'm just fuck with you. There's an English version right here. During a discussion about how to create monsters that make people feel afraid, I said, main monsters, main monsters meaning bosses in Monster Hunter, are always viscerally scary and in your face. But what about creating a monster that invokes a slow building emotional fear in the user? A male coworker told me, a man would never have saw it like that.
What? So he's saying that, like, she's saying that a man could never understand what it would be like if you had, like, if what? That's so stupid. Let me listen to this again. What about creating a monster that invokes a slow building emotional fear in the user? A male coworker told me a man would never have saw it like that. He's trying to hit it? Yeah, that's probably,
creating a monster that invokes a slow building emotional fear in the user.
Yeah.
A male coworker told me a man
that's what it's got to be, bro.
Never saw it like that. You can't make this shit up, people. Just let the devs and artists do their job. What gets me most is the removal of the erotica system. While taking pictures, you get bonus points for taking lewd photos of some of the Type B NPCs. It's a damn shame how soft Capcom has gotten. Is it an important feature? No, but it's just another thing removed that made this game so unique. If you dudes haven't noticed it yet, there's a huge push right now to desexualize women in gaming, and this game is riddled with it. Did you know in the original game only female zombies could bite the player's Jack Johnson? Yeah, it's a stupid joke and
those were the good days, boys. Man, those were the good days. Oh my God, this is so dumb. It is. It is dumb. And that's the thing. Why can't we be dumb? Why not?
Personally, I think it's hilarious.
That's why it's funny,
So that male zombies can get a dip of that whip now as well. So tell me why they don't give you erotica points for taking pictures of dudes.
It's stupid
Kinda
fun,
makes you think, right? They also went as far as renaming the achievement Frank the Pimp, where you save 8 female characters. It's now called the Grateful Eight. How is it in 2024, in a game rated M for mature, aimed at adults, where a clown can get disemboweled by 2 chainsaws, you can't even say the damn word pimp?
Wait, you can't have pimp? Oh my god. How do you do this?
People will buy anything.
I don't understand. The word pimp got censored? That's crazy.
The best-selling games.
Wait, it's all coming together now. You can't sexualize women. You can't offend minorities. Nah, it's probably just a coincidence. It's not just Capcom's fault here, dudes. There's some serious agenda-pushing game journalists out there. Let's see what they have to say. I'm sure they represent us gamers. Why is Capcom being weird about Dead Rising's removal of erotica points by Tessa Carr? Before that, let's see what kind of gamer she is. Oh, okay. Sorry, I mean what kind of gamer they are.
Oh my god. Go back.
Tessa Carr. Before that, let's see what kind of gamer she is. Oh, okay. Sorry, I mean what kind of gamer they are. In my opinion, if you're a white person traveling Southeast Asia, you should always let shopkeepers rip you off.
What the fuck? Wait, what? In my opinion, if you're a white person traveling Southeast Asia, you always let shopkeepers rip you off. Just pay the price they tell you. Don't haggle as you can't afford to pay $6 for a pair of shorts. You're already getting bargain. Oh my god. Where do these people come from?
Shopkeepers rip you off.
Hey, lick my stocking.
Oh my...
It's crazy to me that this person still has a job.
What's
It's
wrong
pretty
with
obvious
them?
that Capcom is just trying not to alienate its anti-woke audience while still removing offensive content. Hey, Tessa-chan, you don't get to dictate what's offensive. Hell, I find it offensive that you even work there. We also know that Cheryl had a less revealing outfit, which made the usual suspects predictably cry censorship.
Because it's censorship. That's what it is. That's what you're doing.
Usual suspects? Oh my god.
Yes.
Sorry about that. When are these people gonna learn that they're the weirdos? Anyways, this article was made just to try to...
Thank you. Yes, they're the ones that are weird. I guarantee you that, like, with a lot of these people, these are the people that make 87 tweets a day. And it's not their job. These are the kinds of people that... They're the freaks. Yeah, they're the freaks. They're the ones that didn't have friends in high school. They're the ones that didn't get invited to birthday parties when they were a kid. They're the ones that couldn't figure out how to make friends in daycare. They're just perpetual, socially awkward, weird fucking losers that now want to rewrite the rules to society that everybody was pretty much fine with because we all know it's a video game. And now they want to change everything. Says you? What do you mean? I never had problems. This is the thing. No, it's not an issue at all. It's a fucking game. I never had these issues at all. I remember the people that did, though. And they're fucking losers. And you know what they're doing now? Being fucking losers. Complaining about Donald Trump. Oh, wow. Let's make another tweet and virtue signal about the current popular thing. Absolute fucking losers. That's it. They need hobbies. They do. Yes, they're making games. Yes, I don't know how we've let the inmates take over the asylum, but these are the people that are the most socially awkward, the most annoying, the most disagreeable, the most I can't get along with anybody, and they're now trying to write the rules for the way everybody else should act. And it's exhausting. It's so exhausting to have to deal with a person like that. Go ruin something else, please. Just keep ruining your own life. Yeah, they don't know how to behave, so they gotta make it everybody else's problem. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, there's no asylums anymore. That's the problem. Is we do have an asylum. It's called social fucking media.
bully Capcom into making more changes that fit their weird agenda. Man, I'm so sick of these people keeping our community at war with each other, using propaganda and bully techniques to divide us. Now, I know we gamers lack self-control, so it looks like you got two options here, dudes. Either not buy this shit, or treat it like a fatty. Get it used and don't tell your friends. Like you got two options here, dudes. Either not buy this shit, or treat it like a fatty. Get it used and don't tell your friends about it. Why don't you love me, V?
Oh, God.
And shame on you, Capcom, for bending the knee to these weirdos. It's cool. You can do whatever the hell you want with your games. But remember, we'll keep doing whatever the hell we want with our money. Also, thank you for the free footage. Peace.
Man. Man. Holy shit, I completely... Oh my god. Please don't buy it, send a message. I never planned on buying it, honestly. Yeah, because like anytime that I see a game that gets censored a lot, I assume that the reason why it's censored is because the people that are making the game don't have respect for the source material. And if I think the people making the game don't have respect, excuse me, for the source material, I also assume that the game will be bad. And the, social politics are not the only thing that's going to be bad, because they just don't care about the game wholesale, right? Yeah, this guy's great. I watched one of his videos while he's got over 12,000 subs now, which is great. I'll link you guys his video. Yeah, give him a sub, give him a like. This one's really, really good. He's funny. Yeah, I love it, man. His videos are fire. Yeah, they're really good. They waste dev time on pointless stuff. Yeah, I think so too. Super work, just give anti-woke fuel to be a piece of shit. They're making a problem they think they're fixing worse. I think that these are people who just like complaining and have problems with everything because they're disagreeable, annoying people that nobody likes. That's the reason. And I think that if you actually had to spend time with these people in real life, like here's one of the things like I've noticed is that a lot of these people never post like casual photos with like their friends. Like they very rarely interact, it seems like, with other people that they're friends with. Like they're just basically complaining retards that nobody likes. That's really what they are. And so, is it on both sides? Not really. I mean, I'm sure it is to an extent, sure. But like, that's one thing that I think does matter a lot. Recreative, yeah. And the same with anti-woke people. I don't know. I feel like it's more one-sided. You guys, did you see this this shit ending? Do you see the shit ending? Yeah, I do. I do. I think that the more... Because the problem is that... So here's the reason why it has to end. Is because people like this will never be satisfied with the current level of appeasement that they're receiving. Because if they become satisfied with what they're getting, that now they lose their power, right? Because like these people wield power through grievance. So if they aren't upset about anything and they're happy, then there's no power. They can't make people do what they want. So what do they have to do? Well, what they have to do is they have to figure out a new way that they can complain, a new problem that they can invent, a new issue that they can solve. And so in order to maintain their relevance is derivative of finding problems. So if your relevance is derivative of finding problems, then you don't want, you will continuously find new and new problems until you eventually alienate enough people to where there's a pushback. That's what's going to happen. And you're already seeing that happen. You see kind of what I'm saying here? And like, yeah, it's so generalized. It is generalized. And like, here's a great example of it, right? It's a completely separate example. But like, you know, like how a lot of social media websites about like every 6 months or a year, they redesign their whole website and it makes it hard to use and generally worse than it originally was. Like, for example, the Twitch app right now. Why does that happen? I'll tell you why it happens. It happens because the people that are in the graphic design department need to figure out a reason for the CEO to not fire them. And so these people are creating a problem and then becoming the solution for the problem. They're trying to justify their job. And so in the same way that you see these remakes of, the websites like YouTube or, Twitch, the mobile app, this is the same thing. And so they're looking for problems and they're trying to figure out what they can do to like, oh, wow, I can complain about this. I can fix this, right? Not really. That's sometimes the product department. Well, either way, then the product department is doing it, right? Because they're like, oh, well, we need to identify a new thing that we need to work towards, right? Basically, people are inventing work for themselves so they can pretend like they're adding value to the company. That's basically what's happening, right? Like whether it's developers or whoever, somebody is doing this. Why create problems when you can just innovate? Because it's harder to do. Innovating is harder than complaining. So yeah. Woke has become too broad of a term. Well, I mean, I'm not really using... I try not to really use that word a whole lot because it's very... it can be used for a lot of different things. But like, all I'm saying is that the way that you can make a game like this and like design something and change it, I think that anytime you see any change like this made, I would immediately assume that it's because the game is going to be bad. And it is a mining canary for other things that will be problematic in the game. People complaining about how woke is, cry wolf scenario are right. People won't shut the fuck up and make lists of woke games and Excel sheets and putting things like Baldur's Gate on it is stupid. I think it's stupid too, but you can't be surprised when you create a circus and then people behave like clowns. Like, this has been a problem for a long time and people are just overcorrecting for it. You need to push back? Yeah, exactly. Off topic, are you going to play Tower of Fantasy? Am I going to play Tower of Fantasy? No, I wasn't really planning on playing Tower of Fantasy today. Yeah, I don't think so. The ant game you saw earlier is not diverse enough. Yeah, it doesn't have enough, I don't know, centipedes. I didn't see any centipedes on there.